Coping with Tre Tailor, giving you info and advice to help you thrive and survive in life, because we'll always be coping with something. Coping.
Hey there, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us for Coping. I'm Tre Tailor, and we're giving you info and advice to help you thrive and survive in life, because we'll always be coping with something. Today, we're coping with music and choirs and church. Drummer, pianist, singer Kristen Baker joins us to discuss her upcoming event. Thank you, beautiful, so much for joining us today. Are you on mute?
I'm not a problem. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
Don't
much for
go.
having me. Yes.
We're going to talk to Kristen about her event and so much more. Coming up next on Coping, I'm Tre Tailor. But first, your COVID community updates. More closings have been announced for tomorrow in light of Hurricane Ian. Sumter, Clarington, Richland, Orangeburg, Lexington, Kershaw, Fairfield, Lee, and Newberry counties have all closed tomorrow. Many of them are closing a little bit earlier today. The majority of schools in South Carolina are closed tomorrow. Many of the weekend activities have also been postponed, and some are rescheduled for today. Now, check the website of your local school districts for more information. Governor McMaster has declared a state of emergency for South Carolina and says authorities are prepared for any strong winds, rain, and flooding. In the 5 Point area in Columbia, South Carolina, crews are putting out sandbags and cleaning out drainage and storm gates. Coming up, we may have a meteorologist, Von Gaskin, join us with a weather update. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and location for COVID testing and vaccinations, and also flu shots in and around South Carolina. Visit scdhec.gov for more information. Now, throughout the show, check the scroll at the bottom of the screen, because we'll be giving you all types of information, including where you can get 5 free rapid COVID tests at covidtest.gov. Also, COVID vaccinations for veterans at the VA. The retail outlets that offer COVID vaccinations, including Kroger, CVS, and Walgreens, and all of the CVSs that are located in Target stores. The Comet bus system in Columbia, South Carolina is not only administering free vaccinations, they're also giving you a ride to get your vaccination for free. The SC Bar Association and SC Legal Services have a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. Also, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, additional financial resources, including SC Housing and Dominion Energy. They have a rental and utility assistance program. The Lexington NAACP has partnered with United Way to provide housing stability services. And if you or someone you know is having a challenge coping, you can contact SC Hopes. It's a 24-hour assistance line from the South Carolina Department of Mental Health. Also, Food Share takes weekly orders each Wednesday for fresh fruit and veggie baskets. And last but not least, in October, Prisma Health will launch its annual Midlands and Upstate Community Flu Vaccination Campaign. Again, check the scroll at the bottom of the screen throughout the show for more information on that and more. You're watching Coping. I'm Tre Tailor. And don't forget, we are streaming live on the Tailor Made Production page on Facebook. That's the home of Coping with Tre Tailor. Please go over there, hit like and share and follow, and find out when we go live. Wednesday for Wellness Wednesday from In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council. And then, of course, on Thursday and Friday. We are also streaming live on our YouTube channel. We'd love for you to go over there and hit the subscribe button. There you will find 3 years, that's right, count them, 3 years of interviews, information, and all types of resources, whatever you're coping with today or any day. We also have a presence on Instagram and also on Twitter. We would love for you to be part of the conversation. We've got a comment section, and if you want to make a comment, we would love to hear from you, and we would love to answer your question. Coming up, we're coping with choirs and music and more. Kristen Baker is going to join us with information about her Choir Dayze event, that and more coming up next on Coping. I'm Tre Tailor. We'll be right back.
Which South Carolina State Fair memory earns your top prize?
One year, I got to ride the swings 3 times. It felt like I was flying into outer space.
The baby ducks waddling to the top of the slide and then splashing down into the water.
The games! Even if I didn't win, someone would help me win a prize.
Once a year, you can surround yourself with memories. And if you're lucky, make even more.
Memories filled with laughter and joy. Find them at the South Carolina State Fair, October 12th through the 23rd.
Computers, they're a part of our everyday life. But when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Hi, I'm Donnie Ray Campbell with Richland County Sheriff's Department. As a strong advocate of healthy lifestyles and habits, I know that taking care of your health is important, which includes knowing if you have prediabetes. Prediabetes is a serious health condition that puts you at risk for developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Visit InItTogetherSC.org and take the online test. This message has been brought to you by the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina.
I'm Tre Tailor, and you are watching Coping with Tre Tailor, giving you info and advice to help you thrive and survive in life, because we will always be coping with something. We're streaming live on the TailorMade production page on Facebook. That's the home of Coping with Tre Tailor. Please go over there, hit like and share and follow so that you can get notifications as to when we go live. Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday from In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council. And then Thursday and Friday, we're also live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're also streaming live on our YouTube channel. Please go over there and hit the subscribe button. We've got 3 years of information, interviews, and resources to help you cope with pretty much anything. We also have a presence on Instagram and also on Twitter. Today we are coping with music and choir and so much more. Musician, singer Kristen Baker joins us with info on her Choir Dayze event. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Tre. It's an honor to be with you. It's, you're one of my favorites, so I'm always honored to sit and talk with you.
That is so great, because you're one of mine too.
I love it. I love it.
I love it too. I love your hat. I love your whole look. You look fabulous.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited for your event, because you do a lot in the Christian community. Tell me a little bit first, before we get into your event, about your background for those 2 people who may not know some of the things that you've been up to.
Sure. I am a singer, songwriter, musician, realtor. I mean, I could go on and on. Elder in the Lord's Church, and there are a lot of hats that I wear.
Yeah.
But music has always been my love. I started playing at an early age. You said drummer, and one of my friends, Eddie Peoples, on Monday reminded me of how I started playing the drums. My cousin was playing the drums. He moved away, and I got on the drums and I started playing. I started playing for the church. So it's music is very important to me.
Yeah.
Very important.
And you're an amazing musician. Kristen and I did several women's band events together. Gosh, it's not God. Well, we've been in COVID 3 years, so it's been past 3 years. But like I said, she is really special to me. So tell me about this upcoming event. It's called Choir Dayze. Tell me about it.
Choir Dayze. So I started directing choirs, I think about at the age of 12. Daryl Izzard was my choir director at church, and
Oh, wow.
I would look at him and be mesmerized. And so he's one of the reasons why I started directing choirs, and teaching music, things of that nature. And so I just started saying, I really miss directing. I really miss the choir. And so I got, I think I actually made a post on Facebook. I said, everybody tag your favorite choir director. And
Right.
so people on that list, I contacted them because
wow.
as I told everyone, any of the directors who are a part of this could have done this on their own.
Yeah.
For sure. But there's just something about us being able to come together. We chose all the music together. We met together. We just talked about everything. And you know what we couldn't decide on, we voted and all of those things. But it has been absolutely beautiful. And I think just to touch on the coping, with us coming out of the pandemic, we hadn't seen each other. Some of us hadn't seen each other in years, like in
Right.
person. And so it's been amazing for us to meet together and to plan this event. And so that's where the idea came from. I wanted to bring back the choir days that we had, the old school workshop choir days. You
Yeah.
remember when, you come Friday night, you learn something, you learn all the songs, you might not remember all of, everything, but, and then you have the choir concert on Saturday night. So that's where the idea came from.
So tell me what choir directors you have. So the choir directors brought their own choirs?
So what we did was all the choir directors, we came together and we planned the event, and then we opened the registration. So we do
Okay.
have choir members who are part of either our church choirs or community choirs, but we also wanted to open it up to any church, any denomination, any race, age, all of those things.
Right.
And so it's a combination of all of the director, people who sing with the directors, as well as people, their names that I've never seen on there. And that's one of the things that excites me, to be able to meet new people. And that's really that's the goal for the whole thing. I know musically is going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We have phenomenal band, phenomenal directors, phenomenal soloists. But for me, it's the unity and the fellowship,
Yeah.
especially coming out of the pandemic, that has excited me the most.
Yeah, that sounds really exciting. Just to, like you said, to meld together a lot of people who may not even know and have known each other
Mhm.
for one common goal. And
Yes.
that's the love of God and the love of music. We're talking to Kristen Baker. Her Choir Dayze event is coming up this weekend. And as Kristen said, she has just brought together several choir directors and then opened up the registration to choirs and people who sing of all ages, shapes, sizes, colors to come together and have an amazing event. Tell me who the choir directors are and some of the musicians.
Okay, so the choir directors are Cabray Benford. He's with Benedict College. He's
Mhm.
also with All Nations. Oh Lord, I now I have to go through everybody's resume. No, but
Right, because you already
Cabray.
started with
I
Cabray.
know I started. So Cabray Benford. You all know Jeffrey Lampkin. He's on
Yes,
the Big DM, YGB, Francis Marion.
yeah.
I could go on and on about Jeffrey Romel. He's with USC's A Touch of Faith.
Okay.
Erica Jackson. She was with Winthrop College and or university, and she's at the Brook now, so she's one of the leaders there. Cliff Myers, he's actually a drummer, but I went to his church one Sunday and he was teaching, and I said he really has a gift for this, and so we
Wow.
invited him to be a part. And then Matthew Melvin is also a choir director of one of the colleges. I believe it's Claflin. I hope it's not what's the other, it's two, you know what
South
I'm talking about.
Carolina State
Yeah,
University?
I hope it's Claflin, because
One of
the
them.
yeah, it's one of those. So they have all been absolutely phenomenal, and it's just been a joy for us to be together and talk and laugh and plan this event. So those are all the directors.
I love that you have included college choirs, because that is really the foundation. I mean, a lot of people, of course, grew up in church, as a young kid, but then I think it's something special about a gospel choir in college because oftentimes that's people's first experience out on their own,
Mhm.
and to find their spirituality or to find their connection with their home church is often through the college choir.
Mhm. I think that is so, so, so true and so important. And I'll even go back to high school, because I was the director of Ridgeview Gospel Choir. We went to competitions and, did all of these things. And to this day, many of them come back to me and thank me. And it
Wow.
shocks me, because I'm like, I was just teaching music, but I didn't realize until later how important that was. That it was there many, like you said, the first connection to God, in a sense, for those
Yeah.
who didn't go to church, who now again thank me because they're preachers and they're singing and they have
Oh,
their own
wow.
groups and all of those things. So I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, we're talking to Kristen Baker. She has a big event coming up this weekend. It's called Choir Dayze, where she has combined several choir directors and opened it up to the community to come together and sing. Tell me, let's talk a little bit about choirs and choir music and how it's evolved over the years. And you said that you obviously you grew up in church, you did the whole music thing, and then you taught in high school, and then went on to continue to minister and teach and play and sing.
Mhm.
How do you think choir music has evolved over the years, and is it as important now?
That is a good question. I think there is much less choir music.
Yeah,
So the choirs that we do have, I, at least for me, I really do treasure it. Like your Ricky Dillards and your Donald Lawrence, the Tri City Singers, and all of
yeah,
these things I think are so important. Which again was one of the reasons why we wanted to do this. So we have some new school like your Vincent Bohannon's and some new school, but we also went back to like your Hawkins
yeah.
and Benny Cummings. That's like
Oh,
80s, I
wow.
think.
Wow.
So we wanted to be able to merge all of this because I just think there's a lack of choir music. Not saying that there isn't, but there isn't as much.
Right,
When we
right,
grew up, we didn't really have praise teams. We
right,
had, the deacons, the devotion, and there was the choir. And
right,
so
right.
and so that's what we wanted to capture with a new school twist for choir days.
Yeah, I think not only that, it's a lot of soloists now, where again, one, maybe two people are out in front. But I like you. I love great choir music. And I immediately thought of the Hawkins, when I was kind of doing some research for this, because and you never get tired of hearing a Walter Hawkins or Tremaine Hawkins or you
Never.
know hearing that music. And then like you said, we can even go back to people like gosh, I just lost
Thomas Whitfield
James
or
Cleveland. No, I was gonna say
okay,
James
James.
Cleveland.
Okay, yeah.
James Cleveland, who had, one of the, even though it was James Cleveland, he was one of those people who had some of the best choir and choir music and choir members,
Hmm.
so you're right, choir music has evolved, and I love that you were doing this event and celebrating choir music. um
I
uh
think if I could add one thing
yeah,
to that, you said
absolutely.
something that I think is so important that we're really individual
Yeah,
driven now,
yeah,
which is, it's interesting because to ask people to come together who can or who do things on their own
right.
can be like, I don't know. And so it's been phenomenal to me to see like your Erica Loricks,
Yeah,
your Francis Williams, who are coming together with us to do this. And so it again, it's been amazing, the people who have come together. And not only that, not only do we have several soloists, band members like your Adrian Nesbitt. When I was growing up, he was like the keyboardist, so to have all of these generational um, um, the
musicians.
multi-generational, to have it multi-generational, but there are also several pastors who will be involved as well. So some of them used to be choir directors, musicians, Pastor James Rosen, Pastor Tracy Howard. I mean, it's
Wow.
just so many people, and so many moving parts to this, but it's been amazing.
So you said there's so many moving parts. Tell us what people can expect from the event.
So Friday night, what we have planned is to have a mixture of our workshop and rehearsals. So we would start with the spiritual importance of why we do what we do, the
Mhm.
unity of it, according to the Word of God. So that will be our session on Friday. So our plan on Saturday is to have a session about the physicality of music. So your breathing, your tone,
Mhm.
retention, warm ups, all of those things, because we need both. We need the spiritual and then we need the practical. So all
Absolutely.
of those will be included. And then, rehearsing and getting together for the concert.
Yeah. So I know, we talked about at the beginning of the show, the weather is a major factor. Not as much for us here, I don't think, but definitely in Florida. But schools are closing tomorrow.
Mhm.
What are you and your group talking about as far as any concessions that you're thinking about making for the weather for your event this weekend?
Yes. We are in hurricane season. I think this is
Yeah.
the best month of the year. I might be a little bit biased, but
Are
it
you a
does sit.
September baby?
Yes, September the 26th. Mine was Monday.
Oh, okay, I'm September 13th, so I'm
Oh wow! Happy belated. Happy
thank you. Same
belated.
to you. I didn't know you were born in September, but
Yep. So, again, we're in hurricane season. It can be, it can be sticky. And so,
yeah.
as of now, because we've been I've been looking at Weather Channel like 24/7,
Yeah.
looking to see what's going on. And so what it looks like is the bulk of what we will catch as far as rain and wind will be on Friday.
Yeah.
So of course everyone's safety is our priority.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
our contingency is, based on kind of what things look like today and into the night. We're thinking about doing those sessions virtually. So doing everything as far as the teaching virtually, because we can still be together. We can use our what do you call the things? Breakout rooms to still
Right.
do like some
Right.
learning, and meeting one another. And then on Saturday to do all of our rehearsing as opposed to splitting it. So that's
Right.
what we're looking at. But like I said, we want to make sure that everyone is safe. So if we need to make other changes, then we'll absolutely do that. But as of now, we're going forward.
So Friday will be the virtual event now, and then Saturday you'll still do the event live.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's what you're planning on doing. So will you broadcast that on social media, Kristen?
Yes.
How will people be able to see it? Okay.
Yeah, so we'll broadcast that on social media. Those who are registered, all of our volunteers, all the directors, we have a text blast, so we can send out a text message, emails, all of those things to them. But like I said, we're watching it closely, and if we need to make other adjustments, then we want to make sure that everyone is safe. So, like I said, we're planning and we're ready for the weekend, and if we need to. Pastor Reese, many times I haven't heard that
Yes,
that's her
that's
person.
uh,
So yeah, we're making concessions if need be, because again we want to make sure that everyone is safe. But choir days will happen one way or the other. So that is for sure. That's for sure.
all right, great. So it is going to happen. If we can and tell us where and when, and if people can still get tickets, because you mentioned that you're going to e-blast out to people who have already registered. Can people still register, Kristen?
Yes, you can. So the registration is only for the workshops and those who are singing. That will basically, our plan is to have food for everyone Friday night because people will be coming from work. We have our lunch Saturday that is catered by Jeffrey Lampkin's Country Boy Kitchen.
That's some good eating.
Yes. So, we wanted the cost to be low, but what they're going to get for that $10 is absolutely worth
Yeah.
more. So the registration is only for the workshop, for those who are singing, those who will take part in lunch and all of those things. But the concert is actually free, so you don't have to register to come to the concert.
Okay, and what's the website that people can go? I will put up the information. So can they email you? Can they do the choirdayze@gmail.com or go to the website,
Okay.
choirdayze.com?
Yeah. So to register, you can simply go to choirdayze.com. It's a short form. You can fill that out, and yeah, we'll add you to the list. We would love to have you a part of the choir. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. So again, if you want to register, you can go to choirdayze.com, and that's days spelled DAYZE.com.
All right, go to choirdayze.com for more information about the Choir Dayze event this Friday and Saturday. And then you can get keyed in and locked in on everything that's going on. Or they can come Saturday. And what time and where is the concert going to be?
So the concert will be at 6 p.m. sharp. We'll be there at 6 p.m. We'll be there all day. But the concert starts again at 6 p.m. The doors open at 5:30 p.m. And we'll be at Zion Mill Creek Baptist Church. It's 97 Mill Creek Parkway in Columbia, South Carolina.
All right, Zion Mill Creek Church,
Yes.
6 o'clock this Saturday, rain or shine. It's going to
Yes.
be this Saturday. And then, of course, the virtual event. And you can check out Christian's social media for more information about that. You've got a lot of other things going on, Christian. Tell us about, first of all, Healing Place. What is that?
So the Healing Place, it is a virtual ministry. I started about 2.5 years ago. I started a Bible study,
So that's in
literally.
COVID. It was during COVID.
Yeah, it was literally right before COVID started. Well, maybe it's been 3 years now.
Yeah, it's
Man,
yeah,
time has gone by.
yeah.
What I do know was COVID was in, I think, March of 20, and we
Yes.
started that November. So it's been
Oh,
longer
okay.
than that. Wow. That
Okay.
is so crazy. So I started with about 8 people in my living room. We would come together, have Bible study, eat pizza, or, whatever the food was for that week. And we opened it to the public, and it just started to grow. So we have people from different places in South Carolina, North Carolina, and other states that join us every Tuesday for Bible study at 7:30, and then we have our prayer every Wednesday at 7:30 a.m. And it's just a phenomenal community. We've had some hard discussions. We've talked about grief. We've talked about church hurt. We've talked about so many
Wow.
mental health. All of these things that I think is important to talk about from a biblical perspective. And so it's just a phenomenal community that we started. Seems like 3.5 years now. So yeah, it's amazing. The Healing Place is amazing.
How can people be involved in the Healing Place? You do every Wednesday, what time?
Every Tuesday for Bible study at
Tuesday.
7:30 p.m. And
Okay.
then we have prayer every Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m. So if you'd like to subscribe to the Healing Place, you can actually text the word subscribe to 803-913-6062. So again, you can text the word subscribe to 803-913-6062. We would love to have you a part of our Bible studies, even our in-person events. Every now and then we'll come together in person, but we're absolutely in prayer and Bible study every week.
All right, 803-913-6062, 803-913. Thank you, Charity. She was reading my mind because I was getting ready to tell her that. 913-6062. Text subscribe to find out more information and be a part of the Healing Place via Tuesday Bible study and Wednesday prayer group with Christian. Tell us about your books. You've been busy, girl.
Yes. I'm working on a third one. I'm calling it the I series. The first one is I Hunger. It's a
Mhm.
21-day devotional. I am one who has a short attention span. I like to read, but I rather listen, or if it's a
Yeah,
short read,
yeah.
because I'm always on the go. And so that was written to the person like me. It's not a long read, but I think it's a good read to get people into the habit of creating a habit, or let me say, get them in get them to create a habit of having devotion with God. They say that
Mhm.
you can create a habit if you can do something in 21 days. And so there is
Right.
a scripture there. There may be a story, but it's a really great read. And actually, there is a snippet that's on your Bible app. If you have the Bible app, U version, you can actually find the plan on the Bible app as well. So for that one, so that's I Hunger. The second one is I Listen. It's talking about hearing the voice of God. Maybe about 4 years ago, the Lord started speaking to me in different ways, and how it started was in dreams. So I've
Mm.
had some of the most vivid dreams, things that happened. Um, like not far from when I had the dream, things that have
Yeah.
happened maybe a year later. And so I just talked about the different ways that God speaks to us and how we must listen to him to know that he's speaking, because he's always speaking.
Yeah,
And so that's
absolutely.
the I series. Yeah.
I love that. So that's great. Now, how can people access the I series
You can find the I series. Like I said, part of there's a sample on the U Version
on
Bible
the
app,
right?
and then you can find the other books on Amazon. So I
Okay.
Listen, I Hunger, and I Lead is coming very soon. So talking about leadership.
All right. The I series, I Listen, I Hunger, I Lead. You can find it on the a snippet on the Bible app and also on Amazon. Of course,
Yes.
for more information on the Healing Place, you can visit Christian's website or email her for more information. You can see her information on the screen. And of course, Choir Dayze is coming up this weekend. You can still register to participate in on Friday, which will be virtual, and or you can attend the concert, which is Saturday at Zion Church, Zion
Mill Creek.
Mill Creek,
Mm-hmm.
Zion Mill Creek Church. You can see the information on the screen, and for more information, you can also visit the website. Christian, this is so exciting. I'm so happy for everything God is blessing you to do, and I'm really excited about your Choir Dayze event. Do you think it will grow into an annual event?
You know, it's very interesting that you asked me that because before we even kind of got to this week, people were asking me, okay, well, when you're going to do it again? I'm like, can y'all let me get past this
Yeah,
first?
let's
Like,
do it first.
so it very well may be an annual event. People are already asking, and we hadn't even gotten to this event. So yes, I do see this possibly being an annual event.
Awesome, awesome. Well, it's going to be this weekend, and we want you to attend. Once again, you can see the website and the email address for more information about Choir Dayze. Kristen is going to join us in just a couple of minutes to give us our devotional for the afternoon, but we'll be right back with more from Kristen Baker. Thank you, Kristen. I
Not a
appreciate
problem.
you.
Thank you.
Excited about it. So listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope, please email Josephine at booking@copingwithtretailer.com. If you have a product or service that could help someone cope, please email copingwithtretailer@gmail.com. We would love for you to be a proud sponsor, just like In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council. They present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with Tre Tailor. We're also sponsored by Javis Financial Services, the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office, Attorney Byron Gibson, Palmetto Media Connections, Agape Counseling and Training Services, Black Pages, Black Expo, the Comet Bus System, Computers Unique Dutch Square Mall, and the South Carolina State Fair. Now, coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk with Shaniqua Karanja. She's the author of the Nursery in the Sky book series. It helps kids tackle tough problems. If you have a child or a grandchild or somebody in your life that you're maybe having some challenges with talking about some sensitive subjects, or you just need some advice on how to do it, check us out tomorrow when we talk with Shanika about her Nursery in the Sky book series. That's coming up tomorrow right here on Coping with Tre Tailor. As usual, we leave you with a spiritual reading. Christian has agreed to do ours for the day. So, Christian, come on and share with us.
Okay, so Trey, I want to read two verses of scripture and just encourage someone that would hear this or watch the replay. 1 Samuel 16, the 10th and the 11th verse. It says, Jesse had 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, but Samuel said to him, the Lord has not chosen these. He asked Jesse, are these all the sons you have? There is still the youngest. Jesse answered, he is tending the sheep. Send for him. We will not sit until he arrives. So in this story, and I'll cut to the chase, Samuel comes to Jesse and he wants to anoint the next king. So he tells him to bring the sons, but David is left out of the party. Have you ever felt like you've been left out of the group? You've been left out of the clique, or you've been left out. They just didn't think about you. And so let me keep going here because I don't have long. But if you look at the 11th verse, I want to encourage someone to be who God has called you to be. I want to encourage someone who has felt left behind, who has felt forgotten, who has felt unseen, to look at this verse again. At the end of the verse, Samuel says to him, send for him. We will not sit until he comes. And I just want someone to be encouraged today that someone needs what you have. Someone needs your gift. Someone needs your ministry. Someone needs your business, and they will not rest until you come. Have a blessed day.
And that's some good word there, girl. That was good word. Thank you, Kristen Baker, so much for sharing with us today. I really appreciate it. And again, don't forget about her event coming up this weekend, Friday and Saturday in Columbia, South Carolina. Kristen, thank you so much for joining us today. Beautiful. Good luck to you. God bless. And let's connect real soon.
Yes, let's do it. Thank you so much, Trey.
Absolutely. All right. So listen, thank you again so much for joining us today for Coping with Tre Tailor. Don't forget to stay well, be safe, God bless. And if you are going to be out and about, particularly in enclosed spaces with a lot of people, don't forget COVID is still very real out here. So don't forget to wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. We'll see you tomorrow. Be careful.
Coping, find peace of mind to survive through whatever. Coping, learning the way that we thrive all together. Coping, finding out what's real. Coping, we can heal, we can heal, we can heal. Coping with stress, coping with strife, bringing hope for success, for improving our life. Coping beyond hoping to do more than survive. Ways to live a healthy life. Coping and promoting, learning what you can do. 6 ways to a better you. Coping, find peace of mind to survive